What does the term culture vulture mean to you guys, and what's the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation?
I wasn't ready for this.
So,
walking around the house searching for outlet just to my bullshit. I'm fighting, finding how hard it is to fight the sin. Starting to find the sense when mama used to say, child, when you finish, you better light the candle before you part this bitch. I like the car, just need to...
Bad Guy Film.
Shout out to Bad Guys 1, 2, and 3. Bad Guys. Yes, to the Bad Guys. You know how it is.
Ain't no more good in the hood.
I'm the comedian everywhere you see me in. Basically, I'm one of the stars in the film. I play the detective in the film. I actually feel like I created everything and I did everything. Everybody wants to know my practice. Positive vibes only.
Where can we find you, D?
You can find me on Instagram at The Decent Show, THEDICENT Show. I'm a manager of Daily Grind Radio as well. Check out my show 6 to 8 p.m. every Thursday.
My first question for you would be, how do you feel about whitewashing in the film industry?
Whitewashing in the film, I mean, you know, it's whitewashing in every industry, you know what I mean? I don't really see it. I just move through past it, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people that will stereotype and try to put you, typecast you in certain roles. I mean, I know me as a butch lesbian, they'll try to put me in more masculine, gangster, maybe hood type roles or whatever, but it's up to me to not whitewash myself. Typecast myself and know how to present myself to an audience as far as my craft is concerned, and being versatile with how I present myself, you know what I mean, on and off the screen.
Okay. Now, do you feel like proper representation is important?
Yeah, of course, it's definitely important. I mean, because with that lens that you have right there, you're able to tell a story, you know what I mean, and you want to tell the proper story, and you know what that story has to project is the proper truth, you know what I mean, hopefully, you know what I mean. Now there's fiction, so you know what I mean, of course you're going to play up some things when you have fiction, but if you're going to do documentaries or you're going to tell the truth or just at least have a story base, you have to be honest and straightforward. Yeah, I hope that you are telling the correct story.
Okay. Now, how do you feel, how important is the impact of black filmmakers, directors, writers, and producers in the film industry, and why do you feel it's important for them to continuously have a prominent position in the film industry, continuously make themselves known and continue their work?
I mean, I feel like anybody would be prominent in the film industry. I mean, if you have a world and you're telling a world story, or you're telling history, or you're telling history story, you're going to tell it from the viewpoint of man. You know what I mean? So I believe as though that having African Americans and people of color, you know what I mean, we have a rich history, we have a rich culture, you know what I mean? Our legacy is the beginning, you know what I mean, the center. So, you know what I mean, why not, you know, allow us to take the camera and take the pen, take the pad, and actually bring those enriched culture, the richness of our culture to life, you know what I mean, through film. Ava, I mean, a shout out to her. I love her as a film director. Spike Lee, of course, John Singleton, of course, and my young buck who's coming up, who is out in California right now, Nia Wolf. You know what I mean, young filmmakers. So, you know what I mean, I just feel like African Americans and people of color, period, you know what I mean, we're just such a beautiful race. You know what I mean, we are the beginning. So, you know what I mean, it ends all and starts with us.
Okay. So, who are some of your favorite filmmakers, producers, writers?
Favorite filmmakers, producers.
Mine is Issa Rae.
Okay, I like Issa. Yeah, I can bang with Issa. She's real. She's crazy. That's why I like Issa.
Yes,
she's a comedian, you know what I mean? She started off on YouTube, you know what I mean? I used to watch her little shows and stuff on YouTube, so nothing but love to her. Ava, of course, I love her to death. That's my wife. You know what I mean? I know you ain't a gay, but I am, so I love her. So, you know, there's a lot of up-and-coming filmmakers. Right off the top, I can't remember the guy's name from The Great Debaters, but he actually came out Birth of a Nation. He came out with that film recently. So
Okay.
either way, you know what I mean? It's just, like I said, it's
Is that the one with Nat Turner? Or
yes, exactly.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. I want to see that. I haven't had the chance to see that
Yeah,
yet.
Nate
But
Parker, that's his name. Nate
yes,
Parker.
how do
He's
you
one of my
feel the
favorites.
over-sexualization of women and most often the promotion of violent lifestyles in both media and music has an effect on our youth? And if you were a parent, how would you explain that to your children? Because it's impossible to stop your child from getting their hands on that type of stuff.
Right. I mean, it has a major effect on adults too, not just the youth. You know what I mean? When you say anything that's over, that means that it's a little excessive and it's too much. So, I would just say that you just got to keep it real with your kids, but also know how to say it in the proper terms that where kids will respect and understand what you're saying to them. You can't shelter them from everything. You know what I mean? We live in a real world. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a lot of sexualization. They're gonna hear profanity. They're gonna, witness a lot of things, whether they're in school or whether they're, at home. But at the same time, as long as you present yourself as a proper role model, you know what I mean, and you know how to, just properly explain things, but also teach them another way as well. You know what I mean? That's more presentable.
All right,
Like
thank
that.
you so
I like how I did that. I'm like a reporter.
Thank you so much. So if you guys aren't familiar with what whitewashing is, it would be like when an actor is cast for an ethnic role that they're not. So like casting a white woman for a black role. How do you guys feel about whitewashing?
If they play the role good and they fit in, why not?
Okay. So do you guys feel like proper representation is important in the film industry? No?
I feel like it should be.
Okay.
As long as the movie is good, that's what everybody wants.
Okay.
They want a good show. They want a good movie. If the best person fit that role, then why not?
Okay.
But I feel like sometimes they use certain things like say Burger King commercials or other commercials, and when they rant or they do certain things and they use it just to sell the product and not the person.
What about you?
I feel like they try to overpower us, and she stated, and like certain things that we know more of, like it will be more us that they overpower us. Like she said, birth control commercials and all that type of things. So I really feel
But that's
like
where it fit. They see in the statistics that it's black people getting pregnant and stuff more than other races, so they promote it where it's necessary, where it's needed.
You ever see like you ever watch a YouTube video and they have like white girl twerking?
Right, the crowd and shit.
Why
But they don't put that out there.
Why you just say white girl twerking? Why can't you just say girl twerking?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's where
That's where it come in.
Separation
Yes.
is.
Okay. Now,
like the boys dancing like pop, I don't know what you call it, pop rock or whatever. Because it's other people doing it, they get more of a spectrum of it, more of a showing.
okay.
Like if they just start stating people as people instead of people as races, that'd be a big difference.
Because now that you see, they are saying white girls twerking and all that because they come from the black girls. So it's like they turn it back to the black roots. Yeah.
We're not saying that they shouldn't do it because maybe that's what blends the cultures together, but
They slapping them labels on them
Right.
cultures on there to come with whatever they're doing.
It's Kim Kardashian all over again with the boxer braids.
Yeah.
She want to wear box
And they
braids,
got
why
'em.
not?
And the white people got 'em.
It came from our culture, but so what?
The white people are lying. They doing it too.
Okay? The film is called Bad Guy, but it was made by lesbians and one straight guy. This is pretty cool. It's pretty fucking cool, man. Yeah, I mean, no, but it's just beautiful how our city is booming like crazy with talent, community service, entrepreneurship. Give yourselves a hand if you're from Philly and you love your city, man. Real shit. Real shit. You know what I mean?
black film?
The work on that. Plus, I was my favorite cast member on part 2, so. But I love Philly Celeb. I love all his videos, and also I'm also in the twerk video with Squirrel Kendall and Shada Butler. Twerk for me. So you know I'm also in that video. So big shout out to Shada Butler too. Also fuck with Rock Holder and all her music. It comes from Rock Holder, ATL, repping out of Philly Celeb, all of them.
Favorite black filmmaker or favorite black film?
Black film, I would say Set It Off. Filmmakers, Spike
Okay. Anybody else?
Just to let y'all know that we got 8 gang in the building. You know what I mean?
What's your name a favorite black filmmaker or producer or writer?
You ready? Favorite writer, producer, director, Thomas Ames. You ever heard of him before?
I have not. Name, tell me a movie. Tell me a movie.
My shirt. See our shirt?
Oh.
Thomas Ames.
Okay.
TA Productions.
We have Tiz 215.
You already know Top Dick in Philly. You know what I'm saying? AKA look at this face.
Okay.
AKA I'm trying to
So Tiz, I just found out literally. You just told me today about your film, your production company. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's lit. Yeah, I'm a CEO of my own production company called TA, which is the initials for my name, Thomas Ames. You know what I'm saying? I just got my LLC probably about 3 months ago, so it's definitely new.
Congratulations.
It's definitely officially a business. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? So everything that y'all see from here on out, far as film-wise, skit-wise, whatever I do, that stamp definitely gonna be on it.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. And so, congratulations, and we're so proud of you, bro. Since you have a background in the film industry, or you're developing a background now,
yes.
We want to know, how do you feel about whitewashing in the film industry, and why is it important to have proper representation?
Right. Well, I mean, it's always about making.
Come on, the movie is starting. It's starting.
I answered.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Chief all in his video. Come out here like
So how do you feel about whitewashing in the film industry, and why is it important to have proper representation?
It's definitely important because, you know, first of all, you wanna make something for everybody. You feel me? Like, you wanna make sure that you're not just because most people make films just for the blacks or just for the whites or just for the Mexicans and different races. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I think that once I start really like getting into the industry with this film shit, I'm gonna make shit for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's important, and that also can help bring everybody together as one instead of separating.
Okay. Now, do you feel like there's a movement going on in the world of media right now that's inspiring the startup of independent film and media companies like yours, or like Philly Celeb or Royal Culture Media?
Yeah, of course. Like, right now, social media is powerful. Social media is very powerful, and it's definitely a great leeway to promote anything that you're doing, like even like not just filming, rapping, businesses and stuff like that. Like, I feel like social media is definitely a great platform, and it definitely motivate other people who's already doing it to go harder, sometimes harder, and other people who's just willing to start once they see, like, for instance, like Kevin Hart killing social media. You go on his page, that's motivation. It just motivates you to go harder. Like, you gonna want what he want. You gonna want to be on that level or even higher. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now we have all of these great filmmakers, producers, and writers. Off the top of my head, Spike Lee, John Singleton, Ava, Issa Rae. Do you feel it's important for us to remain and keep fighting to maintain our presence in the film and media industry, and why?
I think it's important to not to forget what they did for the culture, but then again, I also feel as though that what's going on.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I also feel like it's always good to bring something new, and that's what I want to do. Like, once I start putting out my films and everything, I'm not going to put out a John Singleton film or a Spike Lee film. It's going to be a Thomas Ames, a TA Production film.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So then that way I can stand along with the higher ups.
How to explain to a child what they're seeing and what they're hearing when they hear lyrics from Cardi B, like my pussy feel like a lake, or things like that. How do you explain it to a child? Because it's impossible to keep our children from getting their hands on that type of stuff, and you can't just tell them, oh no, you can't listen to that.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, like it's sad that in today's society, like that's what's being promoted and that's what's getting the most attention: violence, fights, and people saying certain shit versus the people who actually like speak upon everything that's going on and trying to stop the violence and stop it. You know, it's crazy. Like a motherfucker, I'd rather listen to they'd rather watch a video of somebody fighting, doing all this other shit versus somebody that's about to get into a fight and then they shake hands, call the peace, and there won't be no commotion. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, as far as that, like you can't stop your kids from listening to what they want to listen to. You just gotta trust them and just let them know that it's really nothing wrong with it. But you should be like you should still know like that this is not really something like that's really positive that you can follow it. Like just follow it what you want to follow it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, thank you. And that was Sis 215 sitting down with Sid the Kid on Meanwhile in the Streets.
My man Philly Celeb right there. Well, we got Record Bad Guys 1, 2, and you already know. 8 Gang in the building, Pearl in the building, Rhythm in the building, Got in the building. I mean, Bob Paul in the building, you already know. Smackdown legend, 8 Gang.
A person of Philadelphia that came, I'm born and I'm raised here, and I love doing entertainment here, and I'm not going nowhere for a little while, not unless my food stamps get cut the fuck off, then I'm gonna roll the fuck out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll probably go to Bristol. Bristol give out food stamps fast. They do. They really do. I tried, and they stopped me, because they said I was able-bodied. But anyway, it's all good. Alright, so we got planners, $5 planners, y'all. They got patillos, that's what they said. They were patillos in the bag. And what that is ground beef inside of the patillos with some rice, Spanish rice. Anybody that's Spanish, do you? She's like, yeah, I know. Tonight you already like patos. Yeah. That's every day that is on my toe. Right? Yeah. All you can do is just watch your eyes. Yeah. Not even a girl could stop us. I said, no, you couldn't block us if you tried to. Up too high, but I ain't gonna with me, never mind you.
Streets, who do we have kicking it with us?
Hey, it's Gator. What it do? What it is? What it ain't? 904 go hard in the paint.
And it's your boy Tony Light, you know what I mean? Tony Gang, you know what I mean? With Smackdown, me and my boy Gator out here.
Shout out
West Philly, you know?
Yes, sir. Shout out Roy Culture.
Hey. Okay, guys. Now, how do you feel about the showing? I thought that it was so dope.
Man, that shit, man, that's a banger right there. I think that I see that thing taking off. You hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. They did their thing on that. Shout out 8 Gang Wedge.
Okay. Now, do you guys know? Well, from what I've been seeing and from my experience, there are a lot of like media and production companies popping up, like Royal Culture, Philly Celeb. Like off the top of my head, I can name a bunch of them. Tribe Culture TV, all of them. Like, do you guys think that this is a movement going on right now? Do you think that the culture is trying to say something? So we gotta do it on our own.
Definitely a movement. I think it's a strong movement. Like we definitely gotta do it on our own.
Man, it's motivation.
motivate the youth, man, bring everybody together, man, straight like that, especially in Philly.
Okay. Okay, so are you not from Philly?
I'm from Florida, Jackson.
You from Florida? I was wondering where the accent was coming from. I love it.
I'm out in West Philly right now, you know what I'm saying?
Both of y'all?
Yeah, man.
I'm from North, but I had to go down to South Carolina.
Y'all lit. Y'all lit. I love it. Okay, now you guys are rappers, and I loved your music, but we do have a lot of over-sexualization of women and a lot of promotion of violent lifestyle in our media and our music. How do you think that stuff affects our youth, and what would you say to your child listening to that music? How would you explain to them what it is they're listening to?
Well, when they walk outside their door and they see it in real life action every time they open their eyes, you know what I mean? They just bringing what's going on in the streets, you know what I mean? Bringing it to the light. So I can't really say that they promoting violence and all that, because we see that walking out of our door, you know?
I mean, I say we gotta respect our women though. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely gotta respect the
queens.
Respecting our queens like that, but you know, we need our queens to reproduce. We gotta respect our queens to have them like by our side.
Gotta respect the ladies, the babies. Tupac said that best. Y'all better act like y'all know about it.
Yeah, but the struggle keep it strong, so make sure y'all keep your head up.
Okay.
Keeping our head up out here.
Hey, that's peace. That's peace. Okay. Now, one more question for y'all. How do y'all feel about cultural appropriation? What is the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation?
Appropriation.
How do you stop from blurring that line? So do you guys know what cultural appropriation is? So like cultural appropriation, so like culture vultures, Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian. How do you stop, how do you prevent, or how do you decipher between the blurring of lines between somebody appreciating our culture and somebody just blatantly stealing it?
Hey, listen, I think it's a beautiful thing. They want to cross over, it's just going to expand, you know what I'm saying? It's just going to expand.
But give credit where it's due.
But you gotta give credit where credit due. Definitely. Yeah, gotta give credit. But you know, hey, to each his own. Let them intake our culture. You know what I'm saying, and get it out there, cause it's a beautiful culture, royal culture.
And she right though. They don't give credit though, but we here to make sure they get credit.
Royal culture.
Y'all know where it came.
Yo, I'm loving him. He shout out. The shout out is real. That's peace. Thank you guys so much for kicking it with me. Give us your handles one more time for social media.
Tony Light, SDR _, you know what I'm saying? My man Gator.
Oh yeah. Gator, Instagram Gator 904. You check me out on the tube, Gator SDR. You know, I am in Philly with it, just working.
They out here, all the way from Florida, all the way from down south.
And like you know,
get it.
And like it's nobody. Hey.
Pearl Hand, we already know, man. We out here.
They got 3. Angel Bob Blue, ATL.
Let's get it. Okay, so
Bad Guys 2. We all 3 characters in there.
you played the Crooked Cop.
Yeah.
We don't know if we like you too much.
I was the twin block, the one.
I was the real bad guy.
That got shot.
I was the original bad guy.
He was the bad guy. We don't know if we like him too much.
Right.
You did. We're so sad you died.
Yeah.
You had such potential. You had so much going for you, man.
He died.
He died too?
He died.
You died, nigga.
He got caught in the crossfires.
Yeah, I remember. I remember hearing. I said, "This from Madam, motherfucker." And then I'm in.
All right, everybody, shout out Bad Guys 3.
Bad Guys 3 already.
Okay. Everybody, shout out Royal Culture.
Philly Slab, 8 Gang Wiz in the building.
Royal Culture.
Shout out Jesus. Shout out people that shout out to whoever invented toilet paper, because we wouldn't be able to wipe our asses. Shout out